What is going on, guys? It's the Iridium Waffle here, bringing you a beautiful domination game on Prison Break. Now, before you guys all click away from the video, it's okay, the black screen's meant to be there. I just wanted to talk about the gameplay before we get into it. Now, I got into a lobby with all max prestige, 4.0 KD players, all in a big gold clan or whatever. I don't know how the clan colors work. And, my first intention is just to leave the game. However, my friend says, let's just stay. Just stay. So I shut off my recording device and I'm just saying, you know what, if I'm going to get destroyed, I don't want to post that because, I'm sure no one wants to see that. Unless, well, you want to see me get destroyed. Tell me in the comment section below right now, do you want to see me get destroyed? Because I'm sure I could find a gameplay for you. It'd be sure a lot easier than getting these games. Anyways, so we head into the game. I put my honey badger, and first thing I start realizing is this is the kind of game that I'm gonna go off on. These kids are running around with thermal sight, all these different guns. So I just say I'm gonna go stealth. I'm gonna crouch around. I'm gonna move from position to position and just get my kill streaks. And that's exactly what I did, guys. I went off in this game. Like, I dominated this clan. Even though these kids had like 4.0 KDs, they weren't expecting it. The White Thunder came, baby. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the gameplay. See ya. Bye. What is going on, guys? It's the Iridium Waffle here. I'm back. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't record the entire gameplay as I thought I was going to get dominated myself. However, we got the switcheroo over here, and I started absolutely going in on these kids. And as you can see there, unfortunately, everyone leaves the game. There's a point in this game where there's only one player. And it's really frustrating for me because as a pub stomper, I usually get into games with really crappy clans, and they just start talking all this trash to me. And if I get a good game, they usually just leave. Or then they send me hate messages, like you'll see at the end of the video. And seeing this gameplay, I really wanted to talk about something. I want to talk about clans with no skill in Call of Duty. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, well, my clan's really good. Yeah, your clan's probably really good. But the problem is, you get these kids that are really cocky, and they just rule the in real life areas, and they just think they're king of the hill, right? And they get into Call of Duty, join some fancy clan, join a siblings clan or something like that, grab all their Astro headsets and their whatever stupid scuff controllers and all that, and just think they're the king of the hill by going up against kids with like 0.2 KDs and just dominating them. And I don't think that's right. That's not skill. What I think skill is being able to win gunfights that are against a same gun or same tier gun. Obviously, you're not going to win a gunfight with whatever the mini Uzi and Ghost CPJ, I believe it is, at long range against M27. You're not winning that. But you could, if you win a gunfight with an M27 against an M27, yeah, that shows something. And a lot of clans don't have that kind of skill anymore. At least that's what I've been finding, because in COD GHOST, I don't know if you guys find this or anything, but you get into games with guys with gold clan tags and all this crazy stuff, and you could go up and drop shot them, or you could go up and drop shot them, and they're just not even responding to the time. And that's really no skill anymore. So a lot of these people like resort to like using LMGs and stuff like that. Then they get their KDs up nice and high, and then they get into game battles and just run around with guys that think they're amazing at COD. And yet you get into a pub game like this, and they're so used to having the easy kills, and you go against someone like me or someone like my friend, and well, the next thing you realize, you got a Loki satellite shooting down at you, and you just say this is enough, and you leave the game. And I'll have to admit, this is right here why I don't like joining clans, because a lot of clan people, they can't really hold their own. It's usually just meant up to the 1 or 2 players in each clan that are actually really good, and that don't need those high KDs to show off, to just get into games. They're not trash talking or anything because they know they're good, right? They're acceptance. And that's one of the biggest problems with clans that I find is they're always bragging. Like, they can get into an infected lobby, play infected for a month, get like a 5.0 KD, get into pubs and start bragging and be like, oh guys, yeah, leave the game, man, yeah, you suck, all this stuff. And if they win a game, oh, they're just so happy. They win a game and they just start sending you messages and start screaming down their mics saying you guys suck, like all this stuff. And it's funny how they can say that, but when they go against someone like me or someone better than I am and they get destroyed, it's funny how they're not used to that situation because they're so used to winning. And they don't have that skill anymore. Like, if you look back in the clans in MW2 and stuff, and COD 4, they have that respect for each other. They have the respect for the other players. If they lose, they'll be like, GG, man, good game. Of course, now they're not, because there's so many other people playing those games. They're like, oh, this is a cool game, I'm gonna go pick that up. And back in Black Ops 1, when I started playing Call of Duty, I noticed there was a lot of clans, right? And you can go and on MLG and stuff like that, and those are true clans. Those are people with real gun skill. They're not running around with the LMGs or the sniper rifles. Sure, maybe in pubs once in a while, but those people have real gun skill, and that's what you realize. Like, you look at like Nate Shot's KD or something like that, and it's like a 2.2 or 2.3 something like that. He doesn't have like an 8.0 KD. He can easily have an 8.0 KD. He's as good as someone with an 8.0 KD, or if not better. I only got like a 1.9, well, pretty much 2.0 right now, and I've went against guys with 7.0 KDs, and still they're nothing. And a lot of you people probably notice this. Like, I've got a few friends, my friends, they got 0.6 KDs, and yet they're just better, or if not, like, same skill as most of the other players in Call of Duty with 2.0s. And you really do notice this. Like, trust me, you really will notice this. You just look out for the time. You check people's KDs before games, and you get into a game, you're like, oh, this kid's 0.6 KD, he's 0.8, we're just going to dominate him. You get into the game, and you get destroyed. Like, seriously, like, it doesn't matter. That's a game like Ghost, which is what I like about it. Doesn't matter your skill level, as long as you put on a honey badger, or you put on the right kill streaks, and you just camp it out till you get that one Trinity rocket, it's game over. It doesn't really matter anymore. And that's where I think it's the funny thing that I'm fighting against these clans that are just so mad and so angry at losing a game. And I just put on a honey badger and do it like it's not even trying. And even though I've had my headset pumped up this game, I have to admit these guys were pretty good. They definitely weren't the worst players I've ever played against. However, they gave some skill definition, right? And the way I noticed this was through when I would drop shot someone or something. They would get a few hits on me, and it wasn't like these players were the best or the worst, but they did have, I'd say, an estimated of a 1.0 KD or something like that. Now, as we're getting to the end of the video here, you're gonna see something. And this is the biggest reason why I like playing against these clans, is they send a lot of hate mail, and hopefully you guys will like this hate mail as much as I do, because you get to really see the reflectance of how these people are when they're angry, and how much unskill they have, or like negative levels of skill they have, just because they lose a game and they freak out. All the statements I just said are going to be correct. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to let the message play now, and yeah. It's the Iridium Waffle signing off. Have a good one, guys.